Presidential election result. Inec hastily declared Tinubu president. Prrsidrnt-Elect Etiaba says. Yes, that is true. Concerning the presidential election results, Inec actually hastily declared Tinubu president-elect. And everybody knows that in Nigeria. It's quite unfortunate, but they're playing to the gallery. It's a case of the highest bidder. Inec must confess what he has collected from the APC leadership to do that. Okay, because they seem to be his paymasters. Emeka Etiaba faulted INEC's decision, saying the commission would only have announced the winner after resolving pending issues. You see? So Emeka Etiaba, a senior advocate of Nigeria, has slammed the Inec, Independent National Electoral Commission. He said the Inec was too hasty to have declared Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president-elect. Emeka faulted INEC's decision, saying the commission would only have announced the winner after resolving pending complaints. He disclosed this during a Channel television interview on Monday, monitored by Daily Post. He said the issue of the complaints of the manipulations of the results sheet, BVAS not being uploaded by party agents, were also swept under the carpet. The agents and parties made so much fuss about it. They were promised that it would be looked at. Indeed, Section 651 of the Electoral Act gives the Commission 7 days to look into those issues before making a return, but they didn't do it. You see? So there was no compulsion in announcing the president-elect. Indeed, Section 70 of the Electoral Act gives the Commission up to 14 days to make their returns. What is the haste about? We don't know. It's because they know that they have done wuru-wuru and they have paid for the wuru-wuru, so they are working for the money. Everything about APC is wuru-wuru. Quite unfortunate. INEC has the power to review the results. They are still within time, but what they could not do before they declared the winner, I doubt if they would do it now, he said. On March 1, the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, declared Tinubu the winner of the February 25 presidential election, which actually was uncalled for when there are a lot of issues to be resolved on ground. Okay, so Emeka Etiaba is a senior advocate of Nigerian who fielded the interview at Channels Television. Okay, and there he mentioned it that INEC was too hasty in declaring Tinubu the president-elect, and that is true. Okay, we had a lot of issues that came out: electoral violence, destruction of ballot boxes, injuries to some electorates, especially in Lagos and Port Harcourt and Kano. Just quite unfortunate. A lot of issues came up, coupled with the fact that the BVS were not used in some areas. Some they were used, but they did not upload the results to the INEC portal because some of the INEC staff on ground did not have the password to the BVS to do the upload. Some of them, in fact, couldn't do anything, were incapacitated. Some of them got instruction not to upload those reports, that they should send the hard copy paper to the collation center of the state, of each of the state, and all of that violated all the sections of the Electoral Act, Nigerian constitutions, and the INEC guidelines concerning conducting an election in a country like Nigeria. So it's quite unfortunate that all of this happened. INEC, which had 7 days to 14 days to resolve all of those issues, assess all the reports before making a return, failed to do all of that. They hastily went and announced winner of election, even after or even before some of the election results that were supposed to be factor for decision making were still being transmitted to the INEC portal. Results were still coming. They have not finished coming. You are announcing. Now, even after announcing, you were still receiving report. How? You had the time, and you were supposed to have received all the report. You would have concluded and reassured yourself that reports will not be coming from anywhere again. Then you work with the data on your hand. But why reports were still coming? In fact, with only 70% of the reports that came in, you just announced the winner. How? Do you know the impact of the remaining 25 to 30% report that will come afterwards? Eh? So what is happening is that they play to the gallery. And most of the results that came in were doctored and handwritten reports from the state collation centers, from the state Inec commissioners down to the portal. That was after they shut down the server for 6 to 8 hours. Okay, they shut down the server about 4 p.m. of that Saturday, February 25, and opened it up after 10 in the midnight. After 10 in the night. And actually, that period was actually the critical period that all the INEC grand staff are supposed to be, or were supposed to be uploading reports from all the polling units at that time. That was the critical time of the election, critical moment of election. They went and shut down the server. Okay, I think the whole Nigerians saw what they did. They can't escape the arms of the law. We now want to see how independent is judiciary. We know that judiciary is in the pocket of the APC, the incumbent government in Nigeria today. But then this meat will be too hot for them to chew. This problem, it will be too hot for them to handle, because it is not about the candidates in the parties. It is not about the presidential candidate now. It is about the masses. It is about the electorate. It is about the populace. Okay, the people have said this is wrong. This is what we want. You failed us, and so you have to correct the anomalies. That is the truth. So declaring Tinubu president-elect was wrong because it was too early. Reports were still coming. You had not concluded everything, resolving all the issues and challenges that took place, and you are announcing a winner. Mahmood Yakubu, obviously, APC obviously planned all of this thing, and they did a very bad game, and the game is backfiring on them because over 80% of Nigerians are against it and are ready to fight it. That is the truth. You can imagine Tinubu has not been sworn in yet, just being pronounced as president-elect. Look at what the Yorubas are doing to non-natives in Lagos. Look at what the Agberos are doing in Lagos. Look at what is happening everywhere. So it means that this now is going to be government of Togri, government of Agbero across the federation. So any URTW will be the key people now that will be in charge of our government. That is quite unfortunate. That is quite unfortunate. NURTW is supposed to be reporting to the Minister of Transport. But now, what we are going to see in the next coming days, if they successfully swear in this man, is going to be a very terrible situation. That Agberos and thugs will take over Nigeria. No, God forbid. We take over Aso Rock. No, God forbid. God forbid. God forbid. So this is quite unfortunate, and that is what this man is saying. Emeka Etiaba, a senior advocate of Nigeria, is telling us and telling Nigerians right from the interview he fielded on Channels TV that Inec hastily pronounced Tinubu president-elect without resolving all the issues that came up with the election. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment.